Hey everybody, this is Jiminy Rabbitson coming to you live from the breadbasket of America, and I'm going over, if you couldn't tell, if you can't tell, I'm going over, what do we got here? This, Critical Role, Chetney Pacopia, I think it's just Pacopy, from Critical Role, Campaign 3. Now, I love the guy. He's hilarious. I've watched his clips with Dorian so many times. They're hilarious. I I think he's one of my favorite characters of all time in the Critical Role universe. But there's a problem we have. A conspiracy of some sorts. A rumor. Chetney Pockapi, as listed, is a level 4 rock gnome rogue. Makes sense. Seems legit. Kind of uses woodcarver's tools for his knives and such. There's a problem. If you look at his stats that are given in the Critical Role campaign, two things pop out that are weird. First, this one's not the weird part. First, his stats pretty good. The strangely though, his strength is his highest stat. Um, I just think that's kind of weird. Seeing how he's a rogue, but maybe he just wanted to be a really strong buff rogue. Secondly, his HP, his hit points are really high. So if you don't know, rogues hit points as you level up are a D8 plus your Constitution modifier. So as of right now, it should be a D8 plus 2 for every level. So he starts with 10 at level 1, and then he'll roll 3 more to get to his level 4 status. For him to have a 38, he would have had to roll an 8, an 8, and a 6. It's possible, highly unlikely. Like it's more likely that he's a different class in my mind. But again, that's pieces. That's little stuff. That's nothing. That's nothing as far as the other part. The part that has gotten people all bothered is his AC. If you look here, is 18. Now, I've pulled up a few different tabs. So rogues, they get proficiency in light armor and maybe proficiency in medium armor. I honestly can't remember. I got it right here. Light armor, just light armor. I'm sure there are ways you can get medium armor, but right now, as it stands, he gets proficiency in light armor. So, he has access to 3 different types. This one is his probably the one he would have, which would be studded leather. So 12 plus dex modifier. That would only put him at 14 based on what his dex scores. Now, maybe it's just a typo. Maybe his strength is supposed to be where his dex is. But even then, that would only get him to a 16. It would not get him to the 18 that we see here. And this is where the conspiracies come in. This is where we put on our deductive hats, our sleuthing hats. We pull out our corncob pipe and take a gander at what the possibilities are. Now, the first thought I had, based on the last 2 episodes that he was in, is that they're hunting a man named Gurge the Beast. And this Gurge is said to be a very monstrous creature, a very monstrous individual. It's possible that he is a werewolf of some kind, a werebear, a werewolf, a were-tiger. So I took a look. It's been a while. I play D&D all the time, but it's been a while since anyone I've ever met has contracted lycanthropy. So I took a while and took a while to go back and check out what does werewolfism get you. So werewolf, strength 15, base, plus 1 bonus to AC. Werebear, strength 19, plus 1 bonus to AC. But that's only while in bear or hybrid form. You don't get it if you're not in those forms. Wereboar, strength 17 plus 1 AC. Now, so this one's interesting because if we go back, his strength is 17. So Wereboar could actually explain his strength 17 if he didn't just naturally roll it. Were-Tiger, same thing, strength 17. Interesting. Were-Tiger doesn't look like it gives a bonus to your AC. Huh, I never realized that. Interesting. Anyway, the so yeah, he also gets a pounce trait if he's a were-tiger. So those are the options, but they only give a plus 1 AC. So it doesn't make up for this 18 we see here. It's hypothesized. Now, the other thing about him is that he can turn invisible once a day. Now, or at least that's what we think it's once a day. We think it's once a day. It could be more. But that one's somewhat easily dismissed. The first thought I had was he could be a deep gnome instead of a rock gnome, because I'm pretty sure they're like Drugar, in that they can turn invisible once a day. Now, I don't think that's the case, because if you look at his character, he doesn't look like a deep gnome. He could be, but he doesn't look like it. What I think it is instead is that he took one of the new feats from, I believe it's Tasha's book, that gives you a +1 to your charisma or your intelligence or your wisdom, one of those stats, and also gives you a few spells to choose from, some illusion spells and stuff like that. You could take invisibility, easy enough, and you get it like once a day. And for this character, that's not a bad thing to do. So that's an easy way to get the invisibility. Going back to the AC though, I then also checked out vampirism. Vampirism though seemingly only gives you a +1 charisma. Now, I pulled this up. This could be lacking. This could have changed. There could be different, like I may be looking at an old file kind of thing, but seemingly it doesn't give you an actual bonus to AC, if I'm mistaken. Let me see if I can't find a better. No, I think that's vampire. Vampire. Action, legendary action. This is just the monster list. Player bonus. It's a class. There's a class called vampire. Player wants to be a vampire. Vampire life. Player options. This would be it. You'd be undead, superior dark vision, sunlight sensitivity, movement, ability score, intelligence, charisma. Alright, so that's just a homemade race for it. So I don't think it's vampirism. I don't think that'll get you the AC either, because also it would mess with his stats too. And that's how it would do it. It would increase like his dex higher to get the AC. I don't think it just flat out increases your AC. So then I thought this was another hypothesis. Two different hypotheses. Hypotheses. One, his rogue, which we assume is just a thief rogue at this point, could be a new type of rogue entirely. That's of like Matt's design, that's possible that he just came up with another subclass that gave him this kind of thing. I don't know if that's true, but it's possible. The other one is that he's a different class entirely. And the two that I thought it was, so the first one that was hypothesized was Bloodhunter Lycanthrope subclass. And I looked at those as well, and it doesn't give you any bonus to AC. It doesn't give you anything like that. It's possible, like it would fit with the story if Gurge is a lycanthrope and Pock was also a lycanthrope kind of thing. Like it would fit, but it doesn't appear unless, again, he revamped the entire Bloodhunter subclass, which honestly, like I'd be fully on board with. I do think it does need an update, so that it is more in line with classic D&D subclasses and classes and stuff. It's just, why would you? It's one of those things, like when you saw Molly fighting and you saw Ford fighting, you could see the power difference. While Molly's cutting himself and doing like half the damage output, like Ford's just clearing through things as a hex blade, and you're just like, well, it's like night and day. Like there's no benefits that it gives that like the hex blade wouldn't, kind of thing. So yeah, I think it needs an update. Aside from that, it doesn't appear to be that, unless again he revamped it. The other one that I thought it might be would be the Artificer, that he is instead an Artificer. If he is an Artificer, then he has access to medium armor just off the bat. So he could take scale mail, breastplate, half plate. Half plate would give him up to 17. I doubt he has this because seemingly he doesn't have disadvantage on any stealth checks. So at best, I believe he would be at breastplate, which put him at 16. That puts him more in the ballpark for any of the other stuff we talked. So if he is also a werewolf, he could also get that +1 to AC. It's just that technically he's only supposed to have it when he's in hybrid form or in bear form or whatever. But again, as an artificer though, there are, what do you call it? Invocations? Not invocations. It's something else. Shoot. Um, do they not have it listed on here? They may not have it listed on here. What do you call it? Infused items. Within the infused items, you can infuse your armor to give you a +1 AC. And I would think that that's what they would have done. That as far as it stands, unless he's got an item or unless it's something completely new, my thought is that he's not a rogue. He's an artificer. This would also fit with his character being a woodworker. He never trained as a rogue. He trained as a woodworker. And being a woodworker and an artificer at that, he gets proficiency in thieves' tools, tinker's tools, one type of artisan tool of your choice. His saving throws are Constitution, Intelligence, and he gets a bunch of other stuff similar to rogues, how they get like double proficiency and things. He gets a bunch of bonuses later on. Now, I'm not gonna go find them and everything. I just remember from the types of people that have played in my games that you get infusions, which could make up for his AC, and you also get I've never seen these. These are apparently domains are unofficial content in the Eberron. Huh. Okay. So I never recognized these. So these are Eberron exclusive things. So it could be one of those. It could be a completely new one. And honestly, as an artificer, I don't think anyone's played an artificer yet in Critical Role. I could be wrong, but I don't think they have. Yeah, he could be any of these guys. The or like one of these or a made up one, like that's just like woodworker, you know. Right tool for the job, I believe, just allows you to make the tool you need, kind of thing. But yeah, see, so this one could definitely, I think you add your like intelligence modifier later on to your rolls and stuff. So like this to me, artificer would make the most sense unless it is completely new, unless it's a completely different subclass or class or race or some hidden gem. I'm pretty sure, as by the book, what we have available, Artificer makes the most sense for him to have an AC of 18. To put it in stone, Artificer infusions. Okay, Artificer infusions. Let's go here. Come on. You're not going to load for me? Let's go here. Artificer infusions. Arcane. Enhanced defense. +1 AC. Just flat out. +1 AC. So, yeah. Take it. Done. I think there's also another one as well. Like you can add to your like shield and stuff. Like repulsive shield, there's that one. Resistive armor, there's that one. Um I can't remember also. Arcane propulsion armor, there's that one. But the one that I'm thinking of is just enhanced armor, basically. With that, enhanced defense, just with that alone, and access to medium armor, with his stat line, Chetney could have an AC of 18. That's my theory. That's the rumor I'm spreading. What do you think? Do you think it's going to come out in the next few games? Do you think Chetney is a monster hiding in plain sight? Or is it something else? Do you think it's just a typo? It could be anything. It could be something completely new. All of which I hope to find out lately. But this is where I'm putting my money. I think Chetney's an artificer, and because he never said he was a rogue. He never did. They assumed he was a rogue because he could pick locks, but an artificer can pick locks too. And he didn't introduce himself as a rogue. He introduced himself as a carpenter. So, and a toy maker at that. And, I mean, that sounds more like an artificer than a rogue to me. So that's my thought. So I hope you enjoy this video again. Again, this is Jiminy Rabbitson. And I actually just downloaded this software to try and record this. So this is my first time trying out this software. I hope you like it. As you can see, it's just me in my little house on my couch being comfortable. Got my Taldore blanket, got my popcorn, and all this great, amazing setup for you guys. Hopefully it all comes out clear in the end. Hopefully you enjoy this content. And please comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what theories you have. Tell me what you want me to talk about. I am a D&D master, and I love Critical Role. And I will see you next Thursday. Peace out.